Hey, شنو هم شامون استفسوس باقي منو بيسيا باشم يا شاب شمك اكو dash. The blonde say apostles of GMS and honesty, brother, walk in truth, or sincerity. It's a quick one. We are Israel, right? And this one is more of a thing of, hey, we lucky, man, who were made Israelites, and also just a reminder to behave like it, right? Because at the end of the day, we're representing, we're representing the whole truth, right? When we're going out there in the world, in our day to day, is what the scriptures say. Things like, if at all possible, be peaceful with all men, right? Say things like, and whatever thy hand findest to do with all thy might, right? Except for the truth's sake, no one really should have anything bad to say about you. One reason why I say except for the truth's sake is, sometimes what you call it, sometimes your countenance is just, sharp because of this truth, and people might just, take that the wrong way. He's always too serious, whatever, what have you. Or you might disagree with someone because of the truth. You're like, nah, I ain't down with that. Whatever, what have you, right? But, you ain't supposed to be seen as a nigger, right, in this truth, right? Because at the end of the day, we are Israel, right? And you always remember what that means, right? It's Isaiah 45:4 says, "For Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect," right? Because it's all about the elect. It says, "I have even called thee by my name, I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me." Right, so here is the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahshua himself surnamed us. Right, you look at the word Israel in the Lashon Kodash, Yasha Allah, right? He Prince Power, right? He is a Prince of the Power. He's the Son of God, right? So we're lucky to be who we are, right? The talents that we have as a nation, right? The things that we can do, and this is us on a low level, right? This is us before we've been changed, before we've got our souped up bodies, right? This is Matthew 5:13 says, "Ye are the salt of the earth," right? And hey, we know this, whether it's physical, mental, spiritual, right? We're the salt of the earth. We're where it's at. And people always come to us to try to steal our funk, but they hate us. Right? But that's part of the part of it. Right, and that's the beauty of this truth, because it puts things into perspective. It lets you understand things, right? Because without this truth, you'd be like, all these people, they like our style, but then they don't like us. Well, it's the curses, right? We're on a low level right now. No one respects the Israelites at the moment, right? But in a period, in the times to come, when you read Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, everyone's going to be coming up to the mountain of Israel, wanting to know what's going on. Hey, what are the Israelites on? Right, mountain meaning government, right? But if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden underfoot of men, right? So Deuteronomy 7:6 says, "For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy power. Yahweh thy power hath chosen thee," right, to be a special people unto himself. Right, so the Lord himself chose us. Right there, the promise was made to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I mean, ultimately, when you got the understanding, it's been this way since the very beginning of time. Right, it's been this way from the beginning. Right, since before the foundation of the earth. Right, the elect was always there. Yahweh Shai was always there. Right, in the beginning was the word, and that's representing Yahweh Shai. Right, so it's above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So in the eyes of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Israelites, we're better than everyone else. Right, and we've been made special, which is, we're a peculiar people, which is why we do certain things. Right, which is why we can do certain things that other people simply just can't do. Right? Which is why when you see someone that looks like a heathen doing particular things, you gotta understand that that's an Israelite, because then that makes the Most High a liar, and the Most High is not a man that he should lie, right? Because if a so-called, not so-called white man known biblically as an Edomite, is doing something better than you, right? And you trained and trained to do it, and he's doing it better than you. That's making the Most High a liar, right? Because Israel, we're better than all of these heathens, right? It says, what do you call it? The Lord did not set his love upon you. Oh, sorry. I was just saying, in that instance, that person has to be more than likely an Israelite foreigner, man. Right? If I was a trained rapper, right? I've been writing lyrics all my life, right? I've been practicing. I've done, I've got my my English degree, right? And I've been rapping all my life. And then I go into a studio and there's a puny little white boy called Marshall Mathers in that studio, right? And he's rapping better than me. That motherfucker has to be an Israelite, man. Sorry to curse or whatever, right? But that's just the way you gotta look at it, man. Right? Lord ain't gonna make no heathen better than Israel. That individual more than likely has to be an Israelite, right? Yahweh did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than the other people, for ye were fewest of all people, but because Yahweh loved you, right? And because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath Yahweh brought you out of the mighty hand. So yeah, the Lord just made an oath, right? And then he basically bossed it to all the heathens round about, right? This time that was, as it goes on to say, hath Yahweh brought you out of the mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, right? So the Lord bossed us out of Egypt, right? And he gonna boss us out of Egypt 2.0, Rome 2.0, Babylon 2.0, right? Which is this land of America, right? Which is going to be destroyed by nuclear fire. Lord going to boss us out of that kingdom. And you read Wisdom, the 5th chapter, speaks about the strangeness of his salvation, right? And that's talking about that chariot. You read 1 Thessalonians or 2 Thessalonians, 1 Thessalonians 4:17, right? Speaks about how we going to meet the Lord in the air, right? Them that remain shall meet the Lord in the air, right? Basically talking about, once again, these chariots, right? First Acts 1:9, right? It says the same way that Yahweh left, right? Which was he was beamed up, right? It's the same way he go and come back. Once again, you read that Revelation 1:7, right? So we're gonna be bust out of this kingdom, man. It says Deuteronomy 4:6, it says, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. Right, and this is what the laws do for you. Right, and we're going to have the laws in our inward parts, pursuant to the second covenant, the second testament, right, which you can read in Hebrews 8 and 6, with Jeremiah 31:30 onwards, right, Ezekiel 36 and 21 onwards, right? All of those things are basically, representing, represent, all those scriptures are basically breaking down the fact that in the kingdom we're going to have the laws in our inward parts, meaning we can't go off. Because we can't go off, one of the things we're going to be able to do is live forever, right? Because the wages of sin is death, right? But these heathens, they ain't going to have that ability, so they going to still die, right? Says keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nation, right? So these laws, what are what make us stand out, right? Esau's transgressed this law, all these laws, right? And look at the world today, right? The world is withering, the world is dying, right? It says, for what nation is there so great, right, who hath the most high so nigh unto them, as Yahweh our power is in all things that we call upon him for, right? And what nation is there so great that hath statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before thee this day, right? So hey, what nation is like us, man? Right, so you read Isaiah the 2nd chapter, right? That what you call it, that that expends on the fact that in the kingdom, people are gonna be coming up to children of Israel, asking them, "Hey, man, let's learn how you do things," because they go and see that we're profitable. Or you read throughout the 10th chapter, it says in that day, rather, the earth is in the hand, power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and soon He will set over it one that is profitable. Right, the Israelites. Right, it says a key Exodus 11:7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. Right, so people gonna be able to see, look, man, these are the Israelites. Right, it says Isaiah 14:1. It says, for Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. Right, because and that's why we lucky, right? Because no matter what we've done, the Lord is gonna be merciful to us. Right, here it is, we fucked up as a nation. Hey, what does the scripture say? Jerusalem, now that killers the prophets. Right, these wicked niggas said, concerning the death of Yahushua, let his blood be upon us and upon our children. Right, but yet the Lord will still have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the stranger shall be joined with them, and shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Right, and those are talking about Israelite foreigners, man, before Vocab and his crew get excited. Right, I believe, that's all I got. Right, so remember, we are Israel, man, chosen by God the Most High Himself. Right, chosen, we've been made special. Right, we are the special of the earth. Right, but just a reminder, because of that, you got that saying, with great power comes great responsibility. Right, because of that labeling, because of that title, you got to behave like an Israelite, man. You can't be on one day going out to camp, acting all righteous, and in the middle of the week, you being an outright nigger, man. Right, that's unacceptable. We're ambassadors for this truth. Right, so with that, Lord's will, you're edified. Till the next time, Shalom.